Hello everyone, welcome to Students Point. This is 13th of July and today we have to see 12 important questions. Each question has lot many explanations, so be attentive and be focused till the end. And to get PDF of all these videos, you can join me on Telegram by writing the channel's name like this. Thereon you will recognize the channel by this logo there. And follow your channel on Instagram as well by writing the channel's name like this studentspoint_, as it is important to remain connected on various social medias. And if you are finding these videos useful, don't forget to like the video and share the video with your friends and loved ones. Also don't forget to press the subscribe button and the bell icons so that you never miss any opportunity to learn and grow every day with all the latest updates from this channel. Let's move ahead, but first we have to see one question and you have to answer this question in the comment section. The question for the day is, which is the largest source known to cause land degradation? These are the options. Though we have not discussed this question, but still I have taken this question and I will appeal everyone to try to answer this question. Everyone should try to answer this question. Even it goes wrong, doesn't matter, as you are allowed to commit mistakes here, but you are not allowed to commit your mistakes in the examination hall. So try to think once, think for a while, and I believe that most of you can answer this question very easily if you will apply some common sense and think for a while and a bit. You have to think that which source is the largest known for land degradation or responsible for land degradation, particularly in India. These are the options. Read the options and you can answer. And before we move ahead, I have to discuss one more thing, that last day the question was that which country is the largest producer of opium. Most of you answered the question incorrectly. That is why I urge every time that don't only focus on the answers and questions, as you have to pay your attention to not only questions and answers but the whole explanation portions, as slight change in terminologies may result into marking that question and answer as incorrect. So you have to be attentive throughout the video and throughout the explanations. Let's begin now. The first question now. Neowise in news recently is a or an. So before we see the answer of this question, I will say one thing, that take a pause and think once that you are sitting in your examination hall and you confront a similar question like this of which you are unaware of. You are unaware of that topic and that question completely. And you get a question like this, and after reading the options you will get confused that in the entire year COVID-19 SARS-CoV-2 was completely in news. So this topic might be in relation to these first two options. In such a scenario, it is high chances that most of the aspirants will mark either A or B if you are unaware of that topic. So in that scenario, it is suggested that never take risk in such questions where you are completely unaware of, as the examiner not only tries to confuse the aspirants in the questions, but they also try to trick us in the options as well. They try to change the statements and take statements which were in news as options, so that we may think and guess that if this topic was in news, this might be the answer of this question. So whenever you are unaware of any topic completely in the examination hall, then it is suggested that leave that question, because it is necessary to avoid negative markings in examination hall as well. So here answer is C, comet. It was in news and it is also called as C 2020 F3, also known as Neowise, and it will make its closest approach to the Earth on July 22nd or 23rd. It will be hugely visible in northern hemisphere, including in India, in the night of or after sunset on 22nd or 23rd of July with naked eyes as well. And on the day, the comet will be at distance of 64 million miles while crossing the Earth's outside orbit. And it has been discovered by a NASA telescope. And what are comets? See, comets, which are also called as dirty snowballs, are mostly made of dust, rocks and ice, and the remnants from time the solar system was formed, that was 4.6 billion years ago. And as these comets orbit closer to the sun, they heat up because of solar energy and release debris out of dust and gases that form into glowing head. That is why you must have seen that when these comets move towards sun, a tail like appears in the comet, which is the melting portion because of solar energy, and that can often be larger than a planet. See, this is the comet. It is moving on its orbit towards the sun. As it is moving closer to the sun, its tail is increasing. It is getting longer, longer and longer. And when it is nearest to sun, its tail is longest. When it move away, its tail get slower and smaller. And that tail was nothing but debris, which was melting portion of comet because of solar energy. And the debris form a tail that can stretch out to millions of miles. And each time a comet passes the sun, it loses some of its material and it will eventually disappear completely as a result. And please note that there is a comet called as Halley's Comet. Halley's Comet reappears every 76 years as it passes towards the sun, and Halley will be sighted next time in 2062. And why we study, or why astronauts study comets so seriously? Because comets hold clues about the formation of solar system, and it is possible that comets brought water and other organic compounds which are building blocks of life to earth. Now the question is, why do they get closer to the sun? I expect everyone to answer this question as well in the comment section. The answer of this question lies behind the concept that whenever we throw any object into the air towards the sky, after reaching up to a height, that object again comes back towards the earth's surface. So the answer of this question lies behind that concept only. So I expect everyone to answer this question as well. Next question now. Which became the second country in Asia to conduct national election during COVID-19 pandemic? So it is Singapore. Singapore became the second country in Asia to conduct a national elections during the COVID-19. The first one was South Korea. South Korea also conducted elections in the month of April. And the 2020 general elections of Singapore was conducted on 10th of July 2020 for its 105 seats of unicameral parliament. And under the leadership of Lee Hsien Loong, the People's Action Party have won 83 seats out of total 93 seats. And Lee Hsien Loong will remain as the Prime Minister of Singapore. And this is the map of Southeast Asia, which includes 11 countries in it. And this is Myanmar. From Myanmar, Southeast Asia starts in the east and ends at Papua New Guinea in the west. And Myanmar, which shares boundary with the northeastern states of India, provides land connectivity between India and Southeast Asian countries. And here Singapore is located. At this point, I hope you are seeing this point. At this point, end of this land, Singapore is located. And about the monthly test series, around 80% of the test has been already prepared. So it will be uploaded most probably on 15th of this month. All the tests will be provided at once, and on 15th of by evening on 15th of July I will upload all the tests for those who have subscribed to this channel. Those who are unaware of it, let me remind that the test will be organized in 7 different subjects, which will include the subjects and topics of polity, economy, international news, science and technology, environment, history and culture, and then all those topics which will not be included in this 6 subjects will be included in miscellaneous topic, which will include subtopics of awards, indices, personalities and sports. While there are 3 subscription plans for it, the first one is rupees 79 for 1 month. The second one is for 3 months, which will cost rupees 219 only. For 6 months, it will cost rupees 420 only. And I will share the link of subscription in the comment section as well as in the description box. Tap on that link and subscribe to the plan of your own choice. And please appreciate this fact that you must give your active email IDs while enrolling yourself in any of these subscription plan, so that I may communicate with you as and when required. And again, one of you has missed to give your email ID. You have enrolled yourself last day in the evening at 7:27 p.m. For 6 months, your number or contact number starts with 94, but you have not given your email ID. So do comment below if you are watching this video, so that I may recognize who you are and will tell where you have to send your email ID. And those who have not subscribed yet, you should give your email IDs while you are subscribing only, because there will be an option where they will ask email ID. So you have to give that. Next question now. All India Tiger estimation is conducted after a gap of So it is conducted after a gap of 4 years since 2006. So here D is the right answer. And the first, second and third cycles of tiger estimation in India were conducted in the year of 2006, 2010, 2014 respectively, while the fourth cycle was conducted in the year of 2018. And this fourth cycle, for being the world's largest camera trapping wildlife survey, the fourth cycle of All India Tiger Estimation 2018 has been included in Guinness Book of World Records. Have you ever wondered what is Guinness Book of World Record? Let's see about it. Guinness Book of World Record, or called as Guinness World Records, is also called as the Guinness Book of Records, and in US earlier it was called as the Guinness Book of World Records. So different terminologies it has, and it was started since 1955, and it is the list of book which records both human achievements as well as extremes of natural world. So it not only include the achievements by humanity, but as well as all the extremes in natural world as well. And it is the brainchild of Sir Hugh Beaver, and it was co-founded by twin brothers Norris and Ross McVitie in Fleet Street, London in 1954. And it is being published in various languages including in Hindi as well. Next question now. Consider the following statements about ATL App Development Module. It has been launched by Niti Aayog's Atal Innovation Mission in collaboration with Indian homegrown startup Plemjo. This statement is correct. It will sharpen the skills of school students and transforming them from app users to app makers in the time to come under Atal Innovation Mission's flagship Atal Tinkering Lab initiative. This statement is correct. So Atal Tinkering Lab initiative is an flagship initiative of Atal Innovation Mission, and Atal Innovation Mission is an initiative of Niti Aayog. This is additional facts here. And this app, ATL App Development Module, has been launched by Niti Aayog in collaboration with Plemjo startup, and it will assist students to become app developer. So since here both of these statements are correct, C is the right answer. Next question. Itolizumab injection is used in the treatment of, so this injection is used in the treatment of psoriasis. So here B is the right answer. And psoriasis is a skin disorder in which skin cells multiply 10 times faster than usual. And this itolizumab vaccine is an anti-CDX monoclonal antibody injection that is being used in India for the treatment of psoriasis. Next question now. Consider the following statements about Technology Information Forecasting and Assessment Council, in short called as TIFAC. Let's see. TIFAC is an autonomous organization set up in 1988 under the Department of Science and Technology. This statement is correct. It was set up in the year of 1988 under DST, and it has the responsibility to assess the technology trajectories, support innovation by networked actions in selected areas of national importance. This is also correct. So again here C is the right answer. And presently this body is chaired by Dr. V.K. Saraswat, and recently Union Science Technology Minister has released a white paper on focused intervention for Make in India post COVID-19, and this white paper on focused intervention for Make in India has been prepared by TIFAC. That is why this body was in news. Next question now. Consider the following statements related to foreign direct investment in United Kingdom. Let's see. India is the largest source of FDI in United Kingdom in 2019 to 2020. This statement is wrong. India is the second largest source of FDI in UK in last financial year, that was from 2019 to 2020. And US is the second largest. Again, this is also wrong, as US is the largest source of FDI, while India is the second largest source of FDI in UK in last financial year. So here both of these statements are incorrect, so D is the right answer. And Germany, France are third and fourth largest source of FDI for UK respectively. That means Germany ranks third, France ranks fourth, and China ranks fifth in this list. India have invested in almost 120 projects in UK, which creates job for more than 5,400 in United Kingdom. Next question now. India's first state level e-Lok Adalat has been conducted by the High Court of which state? So it has been conducted by the High Court of Chhattisgarh. So here C is the right answer. And you must have remember one thing we have seen a few days back, that Chhattisgarh was also the state wherein most of the households, that was the largest number of households, has completed 100 days of work under MG Narega. And the Chief Justice of Chhattisgarh High Court, P.R. Ramachandra Menon, inaugurated the first state-level E-Lok Adalat of India. And earlier, National Legal Services Authority has cancelled third National Lok Adalat of the year, which was scheduled to be held on 11th of July because of COVID-19. Also, the second National Lok Adalat was also cancelled due to COVID-19, which was scheduled to be held in April 2020. The first Lok Adalat was organized. And if you have not liked the video yet, do like the video and share the video with your friends and loved ones. The next question now, which agency got the European 2020 US Green Building Council Leadership Award? So this award has been given to International Olympic Committee. So here A is the right answer. And in International Olympic Committee's new headquarters in Lausanne, which is based in Switzerland, has been awarded this 2020 US Green Building Council Leadership Award. Next question now, according to the RBI data, which state topped the market borrowings among the states in 2020-2021? So it is Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu has taken the largest borrowing from market, which is almost around rupees 30,500 crore. Next question now, Raneem Il Valley is related to, so Raneem Il Valley is related to a squash. A squash is a game. It is played like this. One person hit from here, and when the ball comes back, another hits like this. And she is a professional squash player from Egypt. She has reached a career high world ranking of number 1 in September 2015, and she is a 3-time finalist at the World Open in 2014, 16 and 19-20. She was in news because she has announced retirement from this sports. Next question now. Consider the following statements about Inform Report 2020 Shared Evidence for Managing Crisis and Disasters. It has been released by Research Center Inform, operating under European Commission. The statement is correct, and India has been ranked at 31st in this list. This statement is also correct. So here both of these statements are correct, so C is the right answer. And North Korea is the most dangerous place to live in, as its people are exposed to high risks of natural disaster, poverty and social justice, as per this report. And North Korea was ranked at 39th most dangerous place. So do like and share the video, subscribe and press the bell icon. Wait for the upcoming video. Until then, stay safe, stay at your home, and thanks for watching.